Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Ashley and we are asking Ashley. And today our question is, am I a wife? That is something I'm really gonna pose to the single woman out there. If you're in a space that you're looking for someone, you don't have a boyfriend, maybe you're just dating, and maybe you want to be his girlfriend and you want a husband eventually, so you want him to make you his wife. I'm really talking to you, and I'm gonna really just talk about what I mean by that. So, or you women out here that's saying, I got a man, I'm his girlfriend, I'm good with that, we don't really need to get married, I get all of those benefits that a wife gets anyway. God bless. I'm not speaking to you. If you are good with being just a girlfriend, that's fine. I'm not saying that everybody needs to be a wife, everybody needs to, want that in the future. If you're good, I'm good, we all good. Now, I believe, this is my belief, I believe we aren't anything really, because if you file your taxes, you check single if I'm not your wife. So that's something that I believe that you, when you're dating, that's something that you should make crystal clear. Now, that's not saying that you're gonna be with somebody and you guys both agree to be in a monogamous relationship, you girlfriend and boyfriend, and you say, oh, I'm not your wife, so I could go out here and do whatever I want. I could, entertainment, and I could do. No, that's not saying that. It is some stock in being someone's girlfriend and they're committing to you, because commitment is definitely an achievement. What I'm saying to you is, there is a clock. Women have an internal clock. We all know that we cannot have babies for the rest of our lives. So you're telling the man that you are dating, that you are boyfriend and girlfriend with, whatever, that you want to be a wife, and you're making that clear. And it is supposed to be crystal clear in the beginning, because you don't want to be with somebody 6 months, a year down the line and say, I want to be a wife. And he's like, well, I don't want to get married. My parents got divorced, and now I don't believe in marriage. And then you think that you're going to sit around for years and try to convince him otherwise. No, we're not here to convince. We're not here. We're here to put all of our cards on the table, make it crystal clear, and if they're willing to meet you somewhere that is a great place, and if you can make a middle ground, I don't know how you can be in the middle as far as being married and not married. Either you are or you're not. But if you can be in some type of situation that makes you happy, then that's what you're gonna do. So here's what a wife looks like. So people, again, women put a lot of stock in their money. I have money. I have a job that's paying 6 figures. I have a great career. I have my BSN, my BA, my BBA, my MBA, my doctorate, I have all of that. I'm a wife. No. Of course, men want a sophisticated woman. Men want an articulate woman, because if you're with a high value man, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be meeting his colleagues, and you're gonna be going to events, and you're gonna go to dinner, and they wanna make sure that you're able to, keep up with the conversation. It doesn't look like, basically you're a trophy wife and you're just sitting there looking like a dodo bird. So that definitely adds a little, extra to your resume. Absolutely. But that does not make you a wife. If you have a man that's a real man, that's a provider, if he's a high value man or not, because high value knows certain criteria, you have to make 6 figures and things like that. You don't have to be a high value man to be a good man, okay? If you have a good man that is a provider, that's paying the majority of the bills, he doesn't even have to pay all the bills. If he's paying the necessities, so he's paying a rent, mortgage, making sure, you could drive wherever, because he's paying that car note, he's not worried about how much you're making, because you're really taking care of the little bills to begin with. So honestly, you could be working at Target. You understand? You could be working at Target and you can still have that good man that provided that high value man if you're a wife. So let's talk about what a wife is. That's someone who is feminine. You're not getting your point across yelling, trying to fight people, being overly aggressive. So you're a feminine woman. You really, sit in that femininity. And people think femininity equals weak. No. It doesn't equal weak. If anything, you're the most powerful person in the room because you can just sit back and observe, but be controlling the whole room. You understand? You can be given nonverbal cues to people that's making them move a certain way. They might say something and you know, you're not really feeling what they say. So you sit back a little bit and give them a look. And just by that, they switch up and they change how they even addressing you. Simple things like that. Especially when a man loves you or a man is attracted to you, he's trying to, you know, basically men want to please women. If you love women and you want to be with women, you're trying to please a woman. So if he's seeing that you're not really feeling what he's doing and you're giving, you know, certain cues or you're saying, you know, I don't really appreciate you doing that, he's not going to do it anymore. And if they continue to do that, they're not for you. But we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that another time. But you want to make sure you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't matter what he's doing. You are a wife and you're looking for a husband. So you are going to be feminine. You're going to be sophisticated. You're going to be articulate. You are going to be nurturing. So men, no matter what, they're looking for, you know, a mother to their children, or, you know, in the future, they want someone nurturing, loving. So when they come home and they had a hard day at work and they, you know, they're a businessman and they had, you know, tough decisions to make, when they come home, they're able to basically lay in your bosoms and, you know, get their back rubbed and do all the things. Men love that. They want, oh, can you scratch my back? That's something my husband always said. Can you scratch my back? I think that's just what men, I don't even know what, that's what men like. Can you scratch my back? Little things like that. They like that type of stuff. You're willing to do that. Can you rub on my head? Even though, now we don't want mama's boys. You don't want somebody to be, you know, looking at you as their mother, but you're kind of going to be in that role. You know, you're the wife, you're the partner, but you are in that motherly role because that's what they're looking for, honestly. And one thing that is super important that all men are looking for is they want the supporter and they want you to be their peace. So when they come home from whatever they're dealing with out there in the world, they don't want to come home to combativeness. No, they want to come home to just take off their clothes and relax and just unwind, because you're their peace, and they know that they can talk to you and you're going to listen to them and you're going to support them. You're going to do all those little, you know, motherly things, rub on their head and do all that stuff, and they're just going to be able to relax. They want you to be their serenity. That's the most important thing. Now, there are other things that men look for. Some men might, you know, want that spirituality and that God-fearing. They want that aspect. So, you know, they want, you know, that Christian woman. For some men that's important, you know, and it's also very important to look at their mothers. So if you have someone and they come from a two-family household and they really aspire to have a long-lasting marriage like their parents or your grandparents, for me, it was my grandparents, you really want to look at how that woman is behaving. If she is a certain way, they're probably going to cling to that, or they're going to run away from it, depending on the type of relationship that they have with their mother. And you'll be able to determine that. But that's something very important. And one of the big things that I know women are going to be in the comments, like, I ain't gonna, submissive. Men want a submissive woman. I mean, that's the bottom line. If you have a provider, I'm talking about a provider, a good man, a high value man, they want a woman that's submissive. And you're gonna say, but I got this degree, and I got this good credit, and I got this job. Why do I need to be submissive to anyone? I could do it all on my own. Sis, I understand that. Because I could do it all on my own as well. But I don't want to do it all on my own. I want my husband to lead. That's what I want him to do. And you know what? I'm going to encourage him, and I'm also going to influence him. So that goes back to the femininity. You can influence the room without bucking up and being that combative person. So my husband might say, you know, I have this business idea. I want to do this, blah, blah, blah. And I might think, you know, that's a great business idea. However, I believe he should do it this way. I'm not gonna say, no, do it this way. No, that's not gonna make any money. No, that's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say, that is a great idea. Honey, that is a great idea. And you know what? I was also thinking that is something that will make a lot of money, but maybe it'll be easier if we go about it this way. You know, of course, it's gonna be your decision, but that's something that you should think about, because I did a lot of research on it, and I think that will make your life easier. So simple things like that, you wanna be encouraging, and then you bring in what they should be doing. And listen, it works all the time. And you'll know your significant other. You know what works and what doesn't work. But the big thing is you have to be submissive. You know, you have to be led and be willing to be led. And sometimes they're not gonna make the best decision every single time, and that's okay. And when they do fail, you want to be that supportive woman, that peace, that baby, it's gonna be all right. We're gonna figure it out. I know that you are a provider. I know that you would never let our family go down. I know that you're always gonna pick us up. You're just gonna be that encouraging woman, because guess what? He's gonna figure it out. If he has a woman that he loves, he wants to impress her 100% of the time. So he's not coming home and be like, okay, I failed, that's it. No, he's gonna wanna turn it around. Just to give you a little, example, we started a business, and our business became a strain on our personal finance because we was pouring so much money into the business. Then we started, having to the business wasn't paying for itself. Basically, we had to put a lot of money into it. So it was a lot of money. And then we got to a point where the business depleted our savings, our personal savings. So I went to my husband and said, okay, well, we need to figure this out, because the business is depleting our savings, and I don't feel comfortable without having this amount of money in our savings. Our personal savings, like that, it should never be under this amount. Just like that, he got another job. He got another job, and guess what? I encouraged him, and he was able to continue to network with the owner. He works in hotels. He was able to network with that owner of the hotel, and it gave him additional opportunities. So now he feels like, goodness, my wife, encouraged me to get another job. And yeah, that was for the short term, but now I met with this hotel owner, and I'm pursuing developing real estate, and now they're gonna help me with that. So it just all comes full circle. You may not have power as a wife, but girl, you're gonna always have influence. That's it for today. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, you hit the notification bell, and we'll see you next time on Asking Ashley.